There we go. Okay. I think we're live now. Yep, we're live. Alright, so the timer just went off, or the morning bell. So the morning bell just went off. We're looking at the stocks that we've been in. Starbucks has gone up a little bit since the other day, so we're not as negative as we were. We gained a couple more dollars on there. UEC is still sitting in the lower $3 range. Ford is still around 11, and AT&T got a couple more dollars, or one more dollar, I should say. It's at 21. We were looking at it at about 20 the other day. Just to recap real quick what we have on TD Ameritrade, and then if we look at Webull, now I did a short definition the other day, and one of them was markets, and this actually is a really good example. You can see that each market is highlighted here, and then these are the industries, and then within each industry you have your, sector is industry, sector. Am I saying that backwards? Market, industry, sector. There you go. So then within those you can find the different sectors as well. This is actually, I like the way Webull lays this out because it's really easy to see everything. With that being said, one thing that I do want to go over today is I want to get back into looking at crypto a little bit more. So, opening that up, I'm on CoinGecko right now, and just kind of glancing. So it looks like Bitcoin and ETH came up just a little bit from the other day. Bitcoin, I know, went down to 19 and change the other day. It was at as low as 17, I think, at the beginning of the week, and Ethereum, I think, went under 1,000 earlier this week. So I'm definitely still keeping an eye on those. BNB is another one to keep an eye on, but evidently Binance has been doing some really sketchy stuff, even more than usual. So I am refreshing my knowledge on crypto as a whole and what's been going on lately. Because let me tell you, if you've been not keeping up with crypto for even a month, that's a lot of time, and I haven't really been deep into it in the last few months. So getting back into that now. XRP 32 cents. I'm hearing a lot of, I won't say good when it comes to the trial, but more of the I'm trying to remember who it is. I think it's the SEC. So Ripple is allowed to look at certain information, but they're not actually being given that information. So we have a feeling that once that info is actually released, that things will go our way, and by that I mean people who have a little bit of Ripple. Or sorry, XRP. Ripple is the company. Let's see. Everything else, I mean, we're in a pretty red market all around, so it wouldn't surprise me to see these go lower regardless. But this is what's kind of going on. Just if you guys want to see a quick scroll through, feel free to stop whenever you want to. I'm going to look at a little bit of the news that's been going on. I'm not turning this channel back into a news channel like I did accidentally earlier this year and the end of last year. My intention here is just to get a quick overview just by looking at the titles. What I will do when, as we get a little bit more of a flow in this channel, is I'm going to be pulling apart the stuff that actually is making a difference in the crypto world. So just to get a quick overview, I'm going to scroll through CoinDesk and Cryptos R Us, see what these titles say, maybe click into a couple, see if anything catches my eye. I did hear this the other day about Voyager bankruptcy. Just always keep an eye out on the exchanges and the different platforms that you're using, especially when it comes to crypto with regulations and everything changing. What you're allowed to do on each platform changes pretty quickly. If you have any Celsius, definitely look into what's going on with Celsius. You want to keep yourself from losing as much money as possible. I believe if you had money in Celsius, it might already be lost. But I know there are certain people and companies that are trying to do things to get your funds back. So try to keep up with that if you are in Celsius. Now, I have heard a lot of stuff going on with Zcash. They are one of the earlier chains, but I don't want to act like I know what's going on specifically. Alright, so that's just the first page of CoinDesk. That's good enough for me right now. Let's look at Cryptos R Us real quick. Alright, we see rallies for two of the biggest rivals. Cosmo. So Atom is popping out at me in Near Protocol. But those have been kind of in the competition section of Bitcoin and Ethereum, or I guess within the Ethereum ecosystem at least, for quite a while now, so that doesn't really surprise me. Okay. Let's see. Yep, there's rally enthusiastic about crypto. As majority say, stock market investing is too risky. I can see that. I just think we're a little far off from it being super mainstream, but people like me who are in their early 30s and younger than me, I think crypto is going to be the main focus. It's going to take a little time for the regulations and everything to settle out to how we know how we're going to use it on a regular basis for the rest of our lives, basically. Because when it comes to like my nieces growing up, I see them using crypto more than they will be using the US dollar, at least in the physical form like we do now. Don't worry, I'm saving some for them. Alright, neutral to positive on Bitcoin price. So ARK investing is really big, so just by reading the title, that could be a good thing, but then again, they're kind of traditional finance, so I take that with a grain of salt. I don't even care. I used to like Peter Schiff. I mean, I still like Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff. I still like him. I like the fact that he's very convicted in what he believes in. But how much he denies crypto just baffles me. Because I mean, if you're that smart, you gotta know that. So that things just change, and that makes sense. That just lost me a viewer. Okay. Yeah. And now this, I think right here, they could be talking about when it hits $17,000. But at the same time, I think Bitcoin could go down again. The whole crypto market is still kind of up in the air. So here we're just going to look up the companies that I have a share or any shares in. I don't want to get too crazy with looking up everything. I believe that. Uranium, I think, is going to be a good investment going forward. Even if it did outpace in the past, I think it's a good investment going forward, too. Okay, these are a little old. We're going almost a week. Then again, it was the holiday the other day, so I don't expect too much news, I guess. Or I should say too much update. It's Verizon stock, a buy or a sell, 5G ramp up, key to revenue growth. But that's Verizon. AT&T is a dividend stock. I think that's the one that's at about 1.9. So in case you didn't know that, AT&T is a dividend stock, so is Verizon. AT&T donated to abortion opponents. Tesla faces racial discrimination lawsuit. Despite pledging to help employees obtain abortion, Amazon, Disney, and AT&T all donate to abortion opponents. Okay. Well, that's very political. I'm not getting political on this channel. No, sir. Not right now. Alright. Subway adds new sandwich 1 year after menu refresh. Chick-fil-A is still America's favorite restaurant. Okay, I was like, what does that have to do with Starbucks? How Dunkin' Starbucks are making a play for a new market. Interesting. American companies have history in trying to get new ideas that originate in Asia. Take the Korean beauty market, or K-beauty, as it's often called, which started the market. Okay. Where's it there? Okay, Starbucks made its first move at Asian influence menu in 2020 when it added matcha, a powdered tea known for its vivid green color, to its menu. Starbucks made the same move many years before Dunkin' did, although the ingredient was off menu for Starbucks for a long time before it was formally added. Matcha continues to be the alternative choice for those who prefer less caffeine than coffee. Now Dunkin' to mochi donuts. Okay. All right, that's interesting. So I don't know too much about mochi. I just know it's like a dessert type thing or a sweet type thing. I know that we have like mochi or mochi ice cream or little bites here. I don't do ice cream, so I don't eat those. I don't know if it is actually ice cream or not. Maybe I should look into it. Maybe I can eat them. But anyway, there you go. But that's Dunkin' Donuts, not Starbucks, so that doesn't really apply right now until Starbucks tries to get some mochi or whatever it is into their repertoire also. You know what? I've seen Dutch Bros before on the exchanges, and I know there's one opening up near me, but I don't know too much about them. Oregon-based, the human being to enter local market with multiple SA locations. Texas consumed our show. Okay, yeah. So I mean, see, it's even coming out. It's coming out by me, and they're even talking about it. This was just out yesterday. They're probably not talking about us. SA. What do they mean when they say SA? Okay, that's what I thought. San Antonio. So maybe they are talking about us because sometimes people consider Austin San Antonio, vice versa, because we are not that far off. We notice you might not be using ad blocker. How about you get out of my way? Is there a hidden X here that you're not showing me? Alright. Maybe I can't open that. I should be able to open that though. Okay, yeah. Looks like I might not be able to open that. But regardless, Dutch Bros is another coffee company. Now, and Black Rifle Coffee Company is another one also. Man, I didn't know that they were I didn't know they were public. I guess I should have known that since the news I heard did talk about them upsetting their shareholders. But Black Rifle Coffee, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like they don't fully support 2A, or they don't really support 2A, so having that name kind of doesn't make sense to me. But again, don't want to get too political here. But Bros, I'm going to look into a little bit more. I'll even put that as one of these Johns for my for me to keep an eye on, because there is one that's going to be right by me. So if there's going to be one right by me, I like investing in things that I actually use. All right. So I think that's all I'm going to look at for the news right now. But what I'm going to do is look at where my lines are, look at what I have invested in still, see where I'm going to go going forward. But if you're watching right now, I do go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30. And I do shorts also for beginner investing. So if you or someone you know is absolute beginner, send them my shorts, their definitions, and I will be building more of them or making more of them. And if you like this so far, hit the like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And there are links down in the description if you want to help support the channel. I do this just for, for accountability for myself and in hopes that I am able to help someone else out there as well. But I do want to be as consistent as this as possible as possible. And in order to do that, any support does help greatly, and I am grateful. But looking forward, I mean, today is Humpday, so it's always an interesting day when it comes to the market. And as a trader, if you're trading and you're watching this, what do you like to do? Do you like to swing trade or day trade primarily? And not just talking about on Humpday, but just in general. Leave a comment below. I'm actually interested in seeing what happens more so. You know what I mean? I don't have any for. Let me look at AT&T real quick. Okay, and yeah, now that is officially above what my. Oh wait, no, just kidding. We're still a little below. So my trade price in this is 21.19.5, which I don't understand why it's saying I'm in the positive. because we're under that. But again, I don't care. Maybe it's because I bought a share and sold it for a profit before, but that shouldn't show up. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for now. All my lines are looking good. They're extended at least the next couple months out. Let me see where the next upper line is. Okay, and I got one there at about 22.69. Okay, so I got one at 22.69. It looks like we're slowly creeping up toward that next resistance. So if we hit that, then I will close one of my orders. And we'll just keep an eye on that as it goes. Whose lines did I want to? I think I wanted to extend Riot's lines, but I'm not too worried about that anymore since I don't have any shares in it. Just open up UEC. Now, once UEC starts getting in the $3.08 range, when it starts dropping below that, that's when it might be time to sell. But lately, it's been still holding strong above $3. So actually, let me zoom out a little bit. See if there is a support there. There might be a soft support at $3. Zoom back a little bit more. Even more. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to draw a line there. It looks like there could be a soft support at about $3 or $3.01, but I'm going to leave that the way it is for now. I don't want to draw any lines that I don't actually think I'll be using. Alright, let's look at space real quick. Alright, we're at 6:45, so we're still hovering between that like high $5, low $6 or mid $6 range. Part of me does want to put a couple of dollars in this account just to buy a few more, but I'm going to do a little bit more fundamental research on space before I actually put any more money into it. But I think that's all I'm going to cover today. Hopefully my sound is a little bit better next week. I have a microphone that I ordered. It should be here hopefully by next week. So I'm trying to yell as I'm doing these lives, but bear with me as the volume should get a lot more clear. Or the audio should get a lot more clear coming soon. But for now, hit one of the things that pops up, and I'll talk to y'all later.